Did you mean to do that to her? Did you mean to go that far? Or was it one of those situations where a nice guy made a mistake?
When it was brought in,
So tell me how I go from nice guy, never met you. You seem like a nice guy.
You seem like a decent guy to me. Believe me, you're much nicer than most of the people we end up talking to.
I didn't remember. That's fine. I like you personally. I find you interesting to talk to.
All right? That is awesome. You are a decent fella.
You're this great guy, and I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that, okay? We can't find anyone to say anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man.
You do. You're a good man. Doesn't matter what anybody says, you're a good man.
To me, everybody deserves that, right? Especially, you're a good guy. You're a good person. So
I wanted to be here with you to go through that process because I know you're not a monster, man. I know you're not a bad guy.
people would think, I know you're not an evil person. I don't see that in you.
I don't think that's you, okay? You're not some sick guy, okay? I'm not sitting across from Paul Bernardo, okay? I know that.
Because don't get me wrong, I've met guys who actually kind of enjoyed the notoriety, got off on it. Got off on having that label. Bernardo being one of them. I don't see that in you. If I saw that in you, I wouldn't be back in here talking to you, quite frankly.
And I know. That's why I've sat here with you this long. I know. I could have walked out right away. But I know what you're about.
I don't mind talking to you. Like, I've talked to people that have been involved in things far worse than what they're saying you did here.
You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth because you're a truth teller.
You know what? That tells so much about your character. Okay? Even though all the crap that you've been through in your whole entire life, it tells so much. It tells volumes, speaks volumes about your character. When did this happen?
So some of you might be watching this and thinking, why are detectives calling murderers nice guys and good people? And there's a psychological reason for this. This is a tactic by the detectives. The detectives are doing this to build subsequent rapport with the suspect. They want to build a level of rapport with the suspect and a compatible tone so that they can then use that as the foundation to get the suspect to talk. You see, if the detective goes in there shouting and screaming and saying you're a murderer, you're a horrible person, then the interview's never going to get off the ground and the suspect may shut down altogether or ask for legal counsel. So the detective, by calling the suspect a nice guy, is essentially psychologically disarming the suspect and making the suspect more likely to be forthcoming with information. Another reason the detectives are calling suspects nice guys and good people is to lower the admission of guilt. So sometimes a suspect might find it hard to go into a police station and say, I committed murder. A suspect is most likely not going to find that an easy thing to say, even if part of them wants to confess to the crimes. So by lowering the admission of guilt by calling the suspect a nice guy, the detective then has the foundation to say something like, I know you're such a nice guy and I know this is out of character, or, you know, she made you do it. You know, she forced you into a position where you had no other option. These are the type of narratives the detective can then explore if he or she builds the foundation that the nice guy, you know, the suspect is a nice guy. You know, you're such a nice guy. You know, look at how you were there for your children when you were growing up. You're such a nice guy. You know, look at all the charity work you have done in your life. And I know this was just a one-off. I know that things happened. I know that she was giving you a hard time. I know that she never, you know, let you have a day off, or, you know, she never let you rest. She was always on your back. And I know that this was just an out of character, one-off incident that would never happen again if you could turn back the hands of time. These are the type of narratives the detective can go down if the foundation is set, that he or she establishes that, you know, he or she thinks the suspect is a nice guy. You know, these are the narratives, and they can only be explored once a compatible tone and level of rapport has been built. And so this is a reason why detectives call suspects nice guys and good people, etc. And it really is telling, you know, that a lot of suspects do take the bait with regards to this. A lot of suspects will take the bait because here's the thing. The suspect is in a high pressure situation. Most of us are never going to know what it's like to be in an interrogation room after possibly being violently arrested, or I would say violently arrested, but you know, the arrest was probably quite a physical thing where they may have been restrained to the floor, or the police may have had weapons pointing at the suspect, and the suspect's now on the way to the police station. In the police station, high levels of adrenaline, you know, blood pressure probably rising. And so the detective wants to kind of, you know, calm that down. But you also cannot forget that the suspect is probably in a high level of alertness, awareness, adrenaline, anxiety. And so although we as viewers might sit back and say, okay, it's obvious the detective is trying to get on the right side of the suspect, when the suspect is in that heightened state, it can be hard to think rationally and think in a composed manner. So the detective is essentially trying to disorientate the suspect as well. And so there's many reasons why the nice guy tactic is used, you know, but ultimately disarming the suspect, because often, you know, detectives are seen as obstacles and enemies to the suspect. So trying to disarm the suspect, trying to build a level of rapport, trying to build a compatible tone, and trying to lower the admission of guilt. Those are some key reasons why the nice guy tactic is used. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.